From the Metrodome in the Twin Cities near Stewart Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State, it's Husky Tonight.
Hi everyone, welcome to Husky Tonight.
My name's Chase.
And I'm Gabe, and we're very excited to have you here tonight.
Sports.
That is the subject of our episode. We got an entire sports-themed episode waiting for you guys, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. They left out the monster trucks. I'm pretty mad about that, and so is my cousin Billy Bob.
But kids do get in for just $5.
That's right. It might not be Monster Truck Sunday. It's Husky Tonight. Can't wait to see you after the break. Welcome back, everyone. My colleague and I were just having a very, let's call it passionate discussion as to whether or not bowling is a sport.
Well, it's a sport. I mean, you get to eat French fries. It's America. There's guys with mullets. I mean, who can spell sports without bowling?
Yeah,
right?
Eating is definitely my favorite part of sports. You know, like that moment when the winning quarterback of the Super Bowl took that big chunk of fried chicken, ate it in his mouth, and threw that bomber. No.
Don't you ever talk about that again like that. I don't like that about you.
You can eat and play at the same time. It's not a sport.
You don't like turducken?
That has nothing to do with this.
Have you ever met John Madden?
No.
Well,
Does he eat and play football?
Yeah, he tries.
What a legend.
Absolutely.
Let's go to our first skit. Whose take is it anyway?
It's probably going to be bad.
It's going to be great. Don't listen to him. He's in a bad mood.
Hi all and welcome to Whose Take Is It Anyway? Way better than crunch time. I'm your host, John Smith, here today with Dip Payless and Donald D. Bagel. Guys, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Thank you.
First topic, Kirk Cousins. New quarterback, Minnesota Vikings. Free agency, went crazy. Good move, bad move?
Yeah, well, you know, huge move there. I mean, coming from the Washington Redskins, going to Minnesota really is going to help the Minnesota football team there. You know, getting those wins this year because last year they weren't doing much previously. So now with this new quarterback, they have a new look, and the Vikings are going to look into the future now with this new quarterback, Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing I have to say about the Kirk Cousins move that I think is great. See, Kirk Cousins was in Washington, which of course is on one of the sides of the country. He then moved from that team to Minnesota, which is pretty much in the middle of the country. Therefore, Kirk Cousins did make a move, so it was indeed a move.
I have to agree with you. He did make a move.
Now, here's the question I have, though. Kirk Cousins, right? Whose cousin is he?
You know, I never thought about that.
Is he your cousin?
No, he can't be. I don't have any cousins.
You sure? He's not a second cousin?
No, don't have a second cousin.
Cool thing is, if he's your second cousin, you can marry him. And I think you guys would be pretty cute together.
No, I don't have any cousins.
Maybe
I'll
he's
check
my
again,
cousin.
but I don't.
You sure?
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy. Maybe he's my cousin. Let's find out.
Wow. Might have a new love scenario here on Whose Take Is It Anyway, right, guys? Moving on. Baseball.
Yeah.
How could it be more American?
Well, you know, one thing they need to do, they need to start selling apple pie at the games. You don't see apple pie at any of these games. I mean, we come to all these games and no apple pie.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
You know what they need to do?
What?
They need to start serving apple pie to the players.
No.
While they play
No.
with bald eagles on their shoulders.
That is ridiculous.
What you just said was probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You are a stupid man.
That is ridiculous.
You want to make it more American. You put an eagle on their shoulder.
No.
The pitcher's eating apple pie, takes the ball, throws it, drives away on a tank.
Do you want to know what's American? Kneeling for the national anthem. That's
Is it?
what we think is American here.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Because you have the right to kneel. You have the right to stand. You can do whatever the heck you want.
You know what's interesting?
And eat apple pie.
If, instead of that, they played the entire game on their heads. Like, I'm talking spinning, capoeira, all the time. Just a bunch of helicoptering legs going around the football field.
Helicopters.
Helicopters. What's more American than a helicopter?
No. Airplanes.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Airplanes are kind of communist.
Let me tell you something. Something that needs to happen to baseball, get rid of the ball. They're all worried about the game being slow. Get rid of the ball. It'll solve the problem. Game will be over in 2 seconds.
That's true. Then we wouldn't have to watch baseball.
That's right. I agree with myself 100%.
Moving on. Final take. Urinals, troughs,
I mean, it's troughs, no doubt. You know,
What?
I mean, this shouldn't even be a question.
on.
Why wouldn't you use a trough? First of all, you have
Because we're
people
civilized.
No, you have people standing side by side by side by side. That's perfect. How else do you need to go to the bathroom? You can jam 50 or 60 people in one line.
Yeah, that's my dream, is to go to the bathroom standing next to a bunch of people, like a bunch of cobs of corn standing in a field. Here's a question for you. Did you think about safety? Did you?
What?
Because you're in
Fire
there,
safety or
you're
what?
going, you know, you're in between periods, you're in a rush. Your drink, it's getting low, it's getting warm. The ice is melted. You look down, your second brain kicks in, you think, oh, there's some ice. Scoop, you have a nice cold beverage, you drink it, disaster.
And you see that as a problem.
It is a problem. It's happened to me on many occasions.
It's free.
It's gross.
It's free.
It tastes like asparagus sometimes.
Let
I
me
don't
tell
even
you-
like asparagus.
Let me tell you something. You see these 3 sheets of paper here? Yeah. These represent people. 1, 2, 3. They're all standing by each other in the pee troughs.
He had 3 sheets.
Well, this looks like a urinal, though. See, I can come up with visual aids, too. Don't use it, though. You'll ruin my paper.
No,
You'll ruin my paper if
I'm
you
sorry,
use
you
it.
are wrong. No.
How am I
you don't know
wrong?
what you're talking about. Why wouldn't you want to stand next to somebody like this?
Because sometimes they breathe on my neck while I'm going, and it makes me
Well,
uncomfortable.
that's too darn bad. It's quicker,
And their
it's
mustache
safer.
tickles my ear. I'm never doing it again.
One other thing is, you get to compare the color of your urine to everybody else's. It's going down that drain, it swirls down there, you get to see everyone's.
What happens when you see one that's purple? What do you do then?
It's called unity.
Yeah. No, it's not. Because are you supposed to comment on it?
You know, I think you're the minority here. I think me and John over here are paying
Don't
attention.
go too far, Dip. You heard it first here.
And this is also why you're wrong. Because you're stupid.
Do you know what? Shut up.
You know what? You shut up.
You're wrong.
I don't like you.
suck.
Thanks for
I
joining
think
us
you have
on
bad
Whose
taste
Take Is It
in
Anyway?
bathroom etiquette.
I don't know what's going on.
I think you are that creepy
Guys,
guy that stands it.
Yeah, that's what I think of you.
So we're back. Husky Tonight, sports. Can't forget about sports.
All sports, all day, every single day.
Because we like sports, and we don't care who knows.
That's right.
Somebody said that. I think he was a genius.
It
But-
was me.
You know what I have a problem with?
What's that?
I have a problem with football laces.
Football laces.
Why are they white? Why can't they be black?
Why can't they be purple?
But that's a little out there, right?
think so?
I think the purple's a little much.
I think I think the
Yeah,
thing with football
yeah.
is it can't be so eccentric.
I know, right? I feel like they should be able to like go in, no pads, no helmet, rip their shirts off. Oh my man!
And basket weave.
Sports. That's what this episode's about.
Hey Dan, wanna play some paper football?
Oh yeah. There we go.
Set! Omaha, please. Set. Omaha, set. Hold up.
Idiots!
Tonight's broadcast of Husky Tonight is brought to you by Charterson, bringing you everything from bags to straws, and by Page's Skate School, the only place to learn how to fall on your face. Also by Judge Bubba's Law Shelter. The law only knows as much as the judge does. And by the Tony Langfellow Show, seen weekdays at...
This next one, this one means a lot.
Does it?
Yeah. I always wanted to be champion. Paper football.
Well, let's see what you got, Hotshot.
Just be prepared.
Line up for the kick.
You ready?
Yep.
That went in.
Whoosh! Paper football world champion. You know what I always thought would be cool? if they did a documentary about paper football.
I know, right?
And guess what?
What?
They did.
Roll it!
Winning that game was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Honestly, it all happened like way too fast. Like I was just in the newsroom. I was supposed to be working. I was supposed to be writing a news story. I was actually not proud of this. I was actually buying Nickelback tickets. It was for a friend.
You play to win the game, and that's what we did. I went into that day, I didn't know my teammates. I didn't know we were gonna be able to play. I didn't even know we were playing a game. I just showed up with a piece of paper, turned it into a triangle. We got some paper football going. There's this guy, Dan, just sitting across from me. I'm like, you wanna play some paper football? He's like, yeah. He zoomed out, and all of a sudden, people just surrounded me. And I'm like, I know what I need to do.
I just heard hut hut and I was like, okay, I'm guessing we're playing some football up in here. So I lined up right next to Greg. I took off. The safety was on me pretty tight. I didn't think I'd actually catch it, but when I did, the adrenaline was flowing. I just knew I had to celebrate the only way I knew how, and that was to give him a little bit of the dab. I mean, no other way to put it. It was an incredible moment, one that I'll remember.
Well, started off as just a friendly game of football. Wasn't expecting to really feel that attached to the outcome of the game. But towards the end there, I made the sack. I thought this is it, you know, like we won, you know, it was 4th down. And I just thought it was in the bag. Little I know he got the ball off.
Well, I was not very fond of this event that took place in our newsroom. Typically, our newsroom are typically used for news activities, not football games, nor any sport for that matter. Maybe they could invest in a football field to have outside, and they can do it during their break hours. It was pretty smelly in there. Me, myself, not a fan of sweat. It smelled like feet.
I didn't expect to feel that attached to the outcome. After that play, that 4th down play, you know, we just had to get it. We had to tackle him. All we had to do was prevent them from moving forward. And I got the sack, or so I thought, and I look back and I see the ball in the end zone in Zach's hands. And there are a few events in life that equate to that kind of heartbrokenness. I would maybe go along the lines of a death of a family member, or when you just can't get all the Cheeto dust off your fingers.
The experience was phenomenal. You know, I can't even describe it in words on how I feel right now, but I did learn something. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. And when I realized that, and even though I didn't catch the winning pass, but my teammate Zach, 225 pounds, 6'5", the minute he caught that ball, my heart lit up, and I knew at that moment that winning is everything.
Why did you celebrate?
Well, I mean, everyone has their own unique ways of dealing with depression. Like, some people will eat a whole gallon of ice cream. Others will go for a jog, and some will run for president. But for me, when I'm morbidly depressed, I like to cheer at the top of my lungs. After all, laughter is the best medicine, and really it's how I get through the day. Looking back, it probably wasn't the best idea. I probably looked like a total idiot cheering along with the opposing team, but it's something I regret, and we all have regrets, but I'm gonna have to live with that.
Then we got this guy trying to tackle me, Dan. He just like tries to sack me. I mean, we're in a newsroom, almost broke something. But I threw it up to the end zone to Zach, and he was there. And the celebration is something I'll never forget. It was such a momentous moment that the other team started celebrating too. That is incredible. There's no other word to describe it.
Welcome back. Now it's hockey.
It's hockey time. It's that time you've all been waiting for.
Thin Mints, upper 90. You know the drill.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever think that sometimes hockey players have some silly names?
Sometimes.
Think so.
Sometimes.
What if I told you there was an entire collegiate conference set up all around for people with goofy names?
I would look forward to seeing that salad.
Would you?
Yeah.
Do you think they'd look forward to seeing it?
They better.
Let's try it. Check it out, the North and Norther Cup.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ESPN NBCBS sports coverage of the pre-amateur professional hockey game. I'm your host, Joe Tuck.
And I am Tony Slomo.
Well, Tony, this is the North and Norther Cup, and it is a must-win for both of these teams.
Oh, you know it is. Let's not forget some of the great games of the past in the North and Norther Cup, like in 1996 when Poe McPuck burst onto the scene, smashing into the board, shattering his skull, and still scoring 5 goals to win. Or back in 1962, when the Norther team came back from a 7-goal deficit by stealing the other team's skates in the third period to win 15-7.
Who cannot forget that? But I also remember that the fans, they were chanting, "We want more popcorn," because the stands, the concessions, they ran out of popcorn.
How crazy.
And people were wearing popcorn buckets on their heads.
You can't run out of popcorn at the North and Norther Cup.
Crazy stuff. But let's not waste any more time. Let's meet the players for the North.
Garth Cannonsharp, McKinley University. Noah Puxingoal, Warmice University.
Iceman Motskalov, Bob Motzko University.
Dog Bones, Wolf Central University.
John Spieth, Boston College. James the Stick McCoy, Mayo Clinic.
Adam Smith, Zamboni Tech.
Bronson Swanson Thompson, the Ohio State Community College.
Kirk McFirkin, Culinary Academy.
Well, certainly an elite group of individuals. Going to be quite the team to stop.
Oh, you know it. I think it's going to be literally impossible to stop them out there tonight.
I mean, just a few names like Bronson, Swanson, Thompson. He's the goon of the team, and he'll put you in the ground some.
And let's not forget about James the Stick McCoy. He'll really stick it to you.
He'll sauce it up to his players. But before we keep talking about this team, let's meet the team from the North.
Charlie Bean, Princeton Jail, Penitentiary.
Quasimodo, University of Notre Dame.
I'm the trash man. Waste Management University, New Jersey.
Greg Alaska, Fargo University.
Bush Husky, Dilly Dilly.
Ronald McDonald, McDonald Playlands University.
Mr. Hockey, Canuck University.
Phil Nicholson, Left-Handed University.
Penn State.
Paul Bunyan, Lake Ottawa Woods University. Go Blue Ox.
UWGB.
Wow, those sure were some weird names.
I know, right? Quasimodo?
He was my favorite. I think he's going to go all-pro this season.
I know. I loved him in that Disney movie when he was like big eyes and hunchback. It's crazy.
They were actually going to give him a cameo in the Mighty Ducks.
Really?
Yeah, but you know he died at the end of the story.
Oh.
It's actually pretty tragic.
I never saw the ending.
Don't. You know what my favorite thing about sports is, though? You going to ask me, or are you just going to... Okay, well, my favorite thing about sports is watching overweight, unathletic, stupid big guys talk about professional athletes that are underperforming by their standards.
That's my favorite.
Isn't that sports news in a nutshell?
Pretty much.
Let's watch Faking News.
Thank you everyone for tuning into this edition of Faking News Sports Report. I'm the second most interesting man in the world, Alex Cotter. The World Series of Chess took place last night in Pennsylvania with the New Hampshire Nerds beating the Granite City Geeks by only 1 pawn. In the first half of the match, the Geeks put on a strong battle against the Nerds and took 4 pawns, both bishops, and even a knight. But that wasn't enough to take down the Nerds as they came back strong in the second half with nearly a 4-move checkmate. Captain chess player Simon Highwaters found a way to put the final nail in the coffin for the Geeks. Highwaters said, quote, "My hands began to sweat and my pocket protector started to jab into my chest," unquote. Following the huge win, the Nerds made a night out of it and all came to the decision to celebrate by going to Office Depot to buy some new batteries for their calculators. In other sports news, it has been confirmed that the video games will be added to the Winter Olympic Games coming in 2024. This change will give the United States a chance of winning a medal since there's no physical activity, which comes in the wake of such a terrible performance at Pyeongchang. According to the National Association of Video Games spokesman said, quote, "It is great that we are finally being recognized for our virtual athletic abilities, and we can't wait to hit those electronic ski jumps," unquote. With the video games entering the Winter Olympics, many food extremists are hoping to see the hot dog eating contest as a part of the Summer Olympic Games in the near future. With the NFL season now being in the offseason, the biggest question for the New England Patriots is who will be the full-time bench warmer for Tom Brady. In with more details for our very own former Amish field reporter, Leif Ender, outside of the bridge that Bill Belichick lives under all season.
Thanks, Cotton. Yeah, that's right. The biggest question for the New England Patriots is who is going to be the backup quarterback coming into the new season? With the announcement of Matt Castle signing to the Detroit Lions, the real question is, who is going to be the lucky guy to never step on the field? And guess what? The rumor is sneaky old Bill Belichick has done it again. And that is Idaho's very own Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico says that this is the perfect opportunity and he is the guy to step up in this situation. Rico quoted, "I am the guy they should hire for the quarterback because I could throw a football over them mountains." End quote. Uncle Rico has submitted his own workout videos and quarterback skills to the New England Patriots, and he says he is in the greatest shape in his life, and he says he can still throw a pigskin a quarter mile like he did back in '82. So, Cotton, we will see if the Patriots will make a move towards Uncle Rico for the backup spot this offseason. Frat Boy, back to you.
Thanks, Leif. In real fake news, with the invention of the iPhone X, Apple is receiving backlash from their product because of the facial recognition feature. Many people who do not have a face feel excluded and are wondering why Apple would make such a cruel invention to mock their lack of having a face. Apple said, quote, "We don't see what the problem is with our product. Then again, neither do the faceless people," unquote. As a way to comply with the International Association of Faceless People movement, or IAOFP, Apple has agreed to start making phones more faceless friendly and will promise to include a face mask with every iPhone now so everyone can enjoy their product. Thank you for joining us in the Faking News Sports Report. I am the second most interesting man in the world, Alex Cotter. And don't forget, whammy.
And there you have it, the big finale, the big wrap-a-rooney. It's time to tie a bow on this show and send it off in the mail.
Stick a fork in her, baby. She's done.
She's done, or whatever vegetarians say.
Yeah, nobody likes broccoli anyway.
No. If you eat broccoli, you're a lie.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's like green and no one likes it. Steam smells like broccoli.
For everyone who doesn't eat broccoli, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this show, and we're excited to see you on the next rendition of Husky Tonight.
But it won't be about sports because this went terribly.
Turn it off. Kill it. I'm done. I'm gonna go wash this one off me.
If you see a skit idea
or see skits happening,
call our skit tip line at 320-308-HUSKY Tonight.
or visit our website at youtube.com/HuskyTonight.com.